Alright, we're back with some more practice footage, doing the 3-second tachiai drill here. So, quick overview. You do your tachiai, and then you go just for the 3 seconds after the initial contact. Primary focus of this exercise is the tachiai itself, your initial impact, and getting that initial grip. At the end of those 3 seconds, you should be in the position where you feel comfortable, where you can execute your game plan, or have outright won the match within those first 3 seconds. So let's review some of the stuff we got here. So initial big charge, a little hand fighting here, and my opponent is able to get me twisted around there and catch me off. If we go back here, we can see I come in big here. I'm going for the push. And this here, he has this nice overarm grip here. He's able to shift to the side, get to my outside. And then we begin a bit of the hand fighting. And then he shifts more. You see? We're here. I'm trying to pressure in, try to get my head low. He just continues to shift to the side, pull. And then what's important is he brings his leg behind mine as he pulls me through. This helps kind of block me, helps keep his body in my way so I can't really back up. It keeps the pressure on me as he pulls through with his arm. And he catches me there. Next one here. Big hard impact here. We lock up. And we kind of ended in a bit of a stalemate here. Important to note here is he had a really nice lockdown. You can see it there on my right arm. He had a nice overhook there that he locked down quite well. So that was good. That can really help throw your opponents off. Keep them tied down. Nice big impact here. And he goes for the pull down, which I was able to capitalize on. Because if we rewind here, smash, we're here. We're both jockeying for positions. He's a bit bladed on me. And I'm going for the push. And then here, he tries to snap back to try to catch me. But I wasn't forward enough for my weight to kind of like to lose it. So I was able to continue to drive through. I also had a good grip, good position. So he didn't have the momentum to catch me. I was in too stable of a position. For snapdowns, you really got to catch your opponent leading with their head, that all their weight's forward, kind of like in their head. And then you just kind of move and let them fall flat on their face, because otherwise this is what's going to happen. You're going to try it and they're just going to run you out. Another good impact here. So here we had the initial impact. Here he tries to push, tries to get the extension. I'm able to just use my sheer size and strength to push through his hands, get my hands into his armpits, extend him up, push through, and just drive. So, simple. Get your opponent stood up, stay low, and drive. Another strong impact here. I go for an arm lock there. I have a deep underhook there. Well, that's not really deep. More, I've got it up there. But this one kind of stalled out. But I did like the initial impact. I went for that arm lock. Arm locks are something I really kind of like to use, or want to use more in my game, I should say. And that sort of keeping that underhook up off the belt is something I like to do too as well. Gives you some versatility for counters and for throws too as well. So position stalled out, but the initial impact was good. It would have been interesting to see where this went through. Again, nice strong impact here. This one I was feeling pretty good. Yeah, this one I felt good. The impact was strong. I got the grips I wanted. Left outside, right inside, on the belt. We're in a pretty neutral position here. That's the position. Would have been a bit of a war of attrition. Who can catch who first? Who gives the first opening? And then this one, I didn't quite get into the position I wanted. He was able to catch me as I tried to drive through. So we get the initial impact here. He stops my left hand by kind of like posting on the shoulder here. So I'm not quite able to catch it. This leaves me a bit bladed, as when I come in, I'm not able to make my left side kind of follow through because he's kind of blocking it with his hand there. And then I try to drive through, try to get in under his hand there, under his arm. He has the overhook there, and then as I'm trying to drive, again, he shifts to the side, gets around me, brings that foot, that leg behind me as he pulls through, blocking, cutting me off, and keeping pressure on me as he forces me through with his arm. This one you see, he even kind of steps a bit. There's a few steps there as he kind of keeps the pressure on me, keeping that leg behind me so I have no space to move. So if you watch again here, shifts to the side, gets the leg behind, and then just drives me forward, but keeps that leg behind me. Nice, good impact here. I've got a good left hand grip here, and then there's the underhook. So this is similar to how he caught me. He comes in strong. He's in a good position. He tries to drive, and then I shift. The issue here is I got my head lower, and then he starts to drive. And since my head's lower, as he's driving, I can easily shift to the side here. So you see him stepping as he goes to drive. I'm on the step to the outside, shift, bring that underhook up, and kind of like twist on the belt grip here as I kind of like twist. A little hard to explain, but I'm kind of like twisting one way in, like kind of in and down with the belt grip, as I then twist up and out with that underhook to kind of like place his weight on that one leg and then force him out. So yeah, my head's lower, he goes to drive, and then I shift, catching him with that silver underarm throw. This one, good impact here. This one stalled out a bit here. We ended up kind of in a not great position. I didn't have a very good position here. I had the one belt grip, but I had that underhook there. And sometimes I find I get that stuck. Like I bring that up and I kind of like get it stuck. And I forget like there's the belt there for me to try to shift down onto. But more importantly, we were here and then we get kind of bladed up here. And I wasn't able to get kind of in a better position. So we ended up stalling out there on the 3-second count. Another good impact here. I'm able to get a good grip here. And my opponent was able to shift on the inside. So we see here, I come in, get that belt grip, get belt grip with both hands. My opponent then shifts on the inside, which was nice. That was a good transition. I'm trying to bring my head a little lower. I could have squared up a little bit better with him. And then we stall out on the 3-second count with that one. Good impact here. And then this one I quite liked. I quite liked how this turned out. Quite simple. We'll just back it up here a little bit.